Having no social interaction can be difficult. Not having friends that can encourage you, not having friends to talk to, not having people in your corner, not having the right support system in your life can be very hard. And for me, when I look back at the past 3 years, um, like from 2020 to 2022, right? And I talked about being isolated on this channel before. I talked about my experiences being isolated for a season and originally being isolated by the Most High. You know, right after high school, I started to lose people. I started to no longer see the familiar faces anymore in my life. It's like people just walked out of my life. And it was for a reason, but at that time, I was very spiritually immature to not understand why the reason these people were walking out of my life, why I was losing friends. It was due to my spiritual immaturity that I couldn't really understand why. And for like a good 4 or 5 years, I was really just wasting time and throwing away my potential and just living reckless, not having much direction or guidance. And I didn't have the Most High in me. I wasn't really rooted in the Father in those years. So when it came to 2020, I was alone, but in terms of like figuring out who I am, trying to discover more about myself, and fixing whatever trauma that I have endured in the past. Now I got to hang out with a couple of people and have, connections and whatnot that would soon kind of fade away for whatever reason, right? And having social interactions with different people, it was able to kind of hold me over in those 2, 3 years, right? And I never have actually felt lonely until last year. Like 2023 was the most I've ever been alone in my life. I'm talking about like a minimal to zero social interactions. Nobody hit me up. Nobody. At least when it came to 2022, 2021, 2020, I at least had people hitting me up, hanging out with certain people, connecting with them online, talking to them on the phone, and whatnot. But last year, that kind of faded away for whatever reason. Well, I know the reason why. But I believe things happen for a reason. I believe, the Most High isolates us for a reason. And it's to help. It's really to help me in my walk on the spiritual path that I'm on. But it can be very painful at times because excuse me for the background noise. But when you're growing, there can be a lot of pain involved. And you're growing from whatever trauma you endured. You are shedding the old you. And that's what I was doing in those years, man, like shedding the old me. And that was a hard process because what comes with shedding the old you, getting rid of the old you, it's going to come with a lot of pain. And when you don't have a support system, you don't have people in your life that can kind of, when you fall, they're there to catch you. Well, I didn't have those people to kind of, catch me when I fall, right? So it became very difficult to manage those times when I would fall and no one was there to catch, right? And I'm pretty sure that y'all have been through the same thing as well. So at least I can say for me in those 3 years, I wasn't entirely isolated because I had to come to this realization a couple of days ago, and I thought to myself, man, I don't remember anybody hitting me up. I don't remember really talking to anybody that I knew personally from last year. Maybe except my brother. Me and my brother don't even hang out like that, but we hung out a couple times last year, right? But other than that, pretty much no one. And really, it can get very, sometimes it can get weird trying to connect with people online. There's nothing like real life social interactions. There's nothing like a real face to face interaction. Talking to people online can get very, very dull and boring at times. Um, because, once again, I mean, for me personally, I came from a generation, or I was born in a time where technology wasn't much of a thing. And I didn't have my first cell phone until like I was 16 years old. So I knew how to socialize and interact face to face. Even though I wasn't really that good at it like that, but at least in those years, I was interacting with kids, people without a phone. Did not grow up on technology. I did not grow up on social media. I grew up interacting with real people in real time. So, at least for me, I can say that I wasn't entirely um, distorted with technology from a young age, and thank God I was not, because then I probably would have been way worse today. Way worse. I'm able to hold a conversation. I'm able to, when I'm in the right, when I'm around the right people, the energy is right, then I can hold a conversation. I don't like holding conversations with people that talk about things that are meaningless and things that have nothing to do with progression. I would rather talk to people that are better than me, that are at a higher level than me, than to talk to people that are stuck in their old ways and stuck in level one, have no desire to progress, have no desire to grow. And, where I live, it's kind of hard to find those people. And at times, maybe I just wasn't looking in the right places.